Python, when is a variable passed by reference and when by value? My code. Why is lock not reference of elements of locks? Python, everything is passed as reference unless explicitly copied. Is this not true? Please explain. How does Python decides referencing and copying? Update. How to do. Locks must contain the final processed response. I don't want to use enumerate. Is it possible without it?
Everything is passed by object. Rebinding and mutating are different operations.
When you say, you are rebinding the lock variable to a newly created empty list, perhaps you want, which assigns a slice, which happens to be the whole list, of lock to the empty list.
It doesn't help in Python to think in terms of references or values. Neither is correct. In Python, variables are just names. In your for loop, lock is just a name that points to the current element in the list. Doing lock equals simply rebinds the name lock to a different list, leaving the original version alone. But since in your example, each element is a list, you could actually mutate that element, and that would be reflected in the original list.
FBot, aka Frederick Lund, has described Python's variable passing style as call by object, this URL. Objects are allocated on the heap and pointers to them can be passed around anywhere. When you make an assignment such as x equals 1000, a dictionary entry is created that maps the string x in the current namespace to a pointer to the integer object containing 1000. When you update x with x equals 2000, a new integer object is created and the dictionary is updated to point at the new object. The old 1000 object is unchanged and may or may not be alive depending on whether anything else refers to the object. When you do a new assignment such as y equals x, a new dictionary entry y is created that points to the same object as the entry for x. Objects like strings and integers are immutable. This simply means that there are no methods that can change the object after it has been created. For example, once the integer object 1000 is created, it will never change. Math is done by creating new integer objects. Objects like lists are mutable. This means that the contents of the object can be changed by anything pointing to the object. For example, x equals y equals x, x.append 10, print y, will print 10. The empty list was created. Both x and y point to the same list. The append method mutates, updates, the list object, like adding a record to a database, and the result is visible to both x and y, just as a database update would be visible to every connection to that database. Hope that clarifies the issue for you.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.